Now, as far as hauntings, I've never claimed to live anywhere in a haunted house, but I have to admit, in 2000, what was it, 2010, a girl I've known for a long time in Corpus Christi asked me to move in with her. And just help her out with bills and whatnot. But I had my own apartment. But she had this old house, and this house that she had was like old. I think her house is about the house was about the size of my bedroom that I'm sitting in right now. It was really, really small. But you come in the house, small living room, small dinette kitchen area, and to the left, you had one bedroom, another bedroom, and a bathroom. Hallway was the hallway was probably like this long and a half. It was no hallway. You just once you walked out the living room, you could go into this bedroom, that bedroom, or straight to the bathroom. That's how small the house was. But I was working in the oil fields, and I would come home late. Sometimes 2, 3 in the morning. Sometimes I'd be gone all night. But some of the nights that I would come home, every light in that house would be on. She would turn on the porch light, the back porch light, kitchen light, dining room light, living room light, back bedroom light, bathroom light, the bedroom that we slept in, lights. I come home, hey B, what's going on? She goes, oh, I was just waiting for you to get home. Felt safe with all the lights on. And that happened. It happened a couple more times. I'm like, all right, B, what's going on? And she told me, something is pulling me out of the bed. She said she'd be in the bed. Something would pull her out of the bed. And this little lady's about 4'11". And she would tell me that. And I'm like, And she acted like I didn't believe her. I said, I believe you. I just don't know what to do. So one day, I come home from the oil fields. She's out with her sisters at the club or doing whatever. I shower. I lay down. I'm laying in the bed. Now down in South Texas, it's hot as hell. And when you got an AC, you trap all of that cold air as you can in whatever room you have, if you have a window AC unit. So it's cold. I'm snuggled up. I got the blanket pulled up over my head because I'm bald. I'm bald. So got the blanket snuggled up. That blanket was over my face because I don't like air blowing on my face. The blanket was on my face and it lifted up. Just like a mother checking on their children when they're sleeping, you peek in there, make sure they sleep, snuggled in, and say, that's what happened. I'm laying there in the bed, and the blanket lifted up off of my face. And the exact moment that I thought that this blanket's lifted, it went back down, just perfectly like it was. And that's the first time I've ever really had anything that I couldn't see physically do something to where I could feel it. I called B. I said, B, something just lifted the blanket up off of my face. And she's drunk and she's like, see, I told you. I said, I believed you. I just didn't think it would happen to me. She goes, see? All right. So one day she's gone. I'm in the bedroom by myself again. This time I'm sitting at the computer. It's just me. Me and B were the only two people in that house at this particular time because their parents had already gone on. But I'm sitting there working on the computer, and I hear a loud crash. Like, you know, back in the days, people had the china cabinets. When you actually had china, everything wasn't Chinese. You had dishes that were china. People called it the china set. Get the good china. When you would have people come over, you would say, get out the good china. So you had these china cabinets with all this nice porcelain or whatever dishware. But it sounded like you had 6 of those just crash down, just crash. And I'm thinking, we don't have anything like that to make that sound. And at the time I had 2 cats. My friend, she had her dog. And I jumped. And I've heard this sound before. I've woken up out of my sleep to the sound of crash. Up here in Dallas, so I don't know what it was. But anyway, I go out there, I look. The cats are sitting on the chairs or wherever they are. Dog sitting there. They ain't moved. And you would figure if you have a loud noise like that, cats are going to go, dog's going to do something, they're just sitting there. So they haven't heard anything. And I look in the kitchen, of course. I already know because I've heard this crash before. I'm like, there ain't nothing out here. So I go back in, continue what I was doing. Weeks later, if not months, I'm in the living room at this point, and B is in the bedroom asleep. And she comes running out the bedroom. What was that? I'm like, did you just hear a loud crashing noise? She goes, yeah. Like, I've heard that too. I don't know what that is. So, yeah, that was a haunted house that we lived in. But this house, it was so old. You could look at the bottom of the baseboards where the baseboard should be. You could see outside. That's how old. I couldn't believe I was living in this house. But I wanted to help her out. But at the same time, I really didn't want to be there. But yeah, that occurred in the Molina area of Corpus Christi.